What's up, guys? Another video, and today finally got my piston rings in, so I can finally start to assemble. And I actually already did kind of start to assemble, and it's a freaking mess everywhere. And I'll kind of get right into it though. I filed off those new piston rings, got the rods attached to the pistons. I didn't film this because I had somebody with me, and it was just kind of a hassle. Wasn't really able to get around to the camera, but pistons and rods are together. All the oil rings and you know, compression rings and stuff like that are on the pistons, and I got one of these in, as you guys can see, number 1 cylinder, and I might not be able to do another one today. I'm gonna try to. If not, it'll be tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to get this very last one in, this number 4 cylinder, because those are both going to be the same compression stroke, and then these two middle ones are going to be at top dead center. The number 1 and number 4 cylinder should be at the top, and then the two middle ones should be at the bottom. So that's what we're doing today, and it's already kind of late. As you guys can see, it's kind of already starting to get dark since daylight savings time. So like I said, I'm going to try to get this last piston in here, or number 4 piston in, and then probably going to have to wait till tomorrow to do the rest. Alright guys, so what you're going to want to do first, take off your little cap there, bearing cap, and you're going to want to make sure that this is nice and clean, that there's no grease or oil or anything, residue on the side where your bearing goes. Alright, so just going to go ahead and spray this. The journal is nice and dry, not oiled up. And just going to sit it down in there like so, line up the little thing, and then you just push it down just like so. It'll make a little click sound. Make sure that the two edges are flat together, nice and flush, as you guys can see. Looks good. Alright, and you're going to want to do this the same thing to the other side of the bearing, the rod bearing cap. Just, you know, go ahead and clean off the back side, make sure that there is no oil. Alright, and then do the same thing with the with this side right here. Basically line up the little indentation, and then you just push it right down like so. It'll do a nice little click. Alright, make sure the two sides are level. So next thing you want to do, clean out the bore. You know, brake clean it. Just make sure there's no dirt in it. Wipe it down with oil, or put oil in there. Wipe it all around, and then you're going to want to try to grease up your caps down there, or put a little bit of oil on your not caps, your crank journal. Put a little bit of oil on there, and then make sure you put lube on this side as well as the rod side. And then basically put it inside of your piston tool, and then I'll try to show you guys how to tap it down in there. Alright, so this is how it kind of looks. You're gonna basically make sure your rings are in the right direction. I'm just following the OEM spec, and then you basically put it in your little tool, tap the tool so it's level with the bore, and then you basically just get a small little hammer while holding down on the piston tool. And then just kind of tap it in with like a rubber hammer, and it should fall right in. Sometimes you might have to, you know, do it twice or something. On this first one, it popped out. I had to do it twice. Also on the bottom, normally you have your 2 rod bolts that stick out. You'll want to put like hose or something just so it doesn't scratch up your bores. Mine is not like that. As you guys can see, the 2 bolts are not in right now. So it's gonna be hard to kind of film this, but I'm gonna basically just tap this down, and with this little rubber mallet right here, just the end of it, just boom, 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 and then it should go right down. Alright, now that you've pressed it down in there, as you guys can see, you're gonna want to come down here, and you'll see the 2 little bolt holes, one on each side. You're gonna want to oil up this part or grease up this part, and then you're going to get your cam cap, rod cap, which is right here. Grease this up, and then basically make sure you put your little ARP lube on your bolts, put them up in there, and then tighten them down. Torque spec I'm doing is initially 10 foot-pounds, and then 1 consistent pull to 45 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so 10 foot-pounds and then 40, I did 48 foot-pounds. It says 45 to 50 foot-pounds, so I did 48. Both of them are now in. It's kind of hard to turn by hand now, but you get the point. Both of these should go up, and then so basically to do these, I will bring these all the way to top dead center, and then these two will be facing all the way down, and then I'll be able to bolt those on tomorrow. It's getting late tonight. The sun's already gone, so I'm about to head out. I would complete these, but this little tool here is incredibly hard to use with just one person, because trying to stand the piston and rod up while trying to tighten this with just two hands is just very difficult. It kind of wants to slide off, turn around. So I'm going to wait till tomorrow whenever I have somebody here to help me. And then with two people, it's not difficult at all. Alright guys, new day here. Ended up getting these two pistons in, so all four are now good to go. I just now cleaned off the side of the top of the block, put in these two little dowel pins to hold the head gasket in place, and I also just took off the two cams. That way I can get to the head studs. So cams are over here in the cam caps. Gonna go ahead and unpackage the head gasket, lay it on top. Alright guys, so just unboxed it, just laid it down on top. Make sure your dowel pins line up where they are supposed to, and as you guys can see, everything looks good. I got the Tomei 90 millimeter head gasket, which is 5 millimeters larger than the bore size, and it's 1.2 millimeters thick. So gonna go ahead and lay the head right on top of the head gasket. Alright guys, I'm using ARP head studs. Part number is 2024304, and it comes with this ARP Ultra Torque lubricant, the nuts, washers, and then your head studs. So what you want to do is make sure your head stud holes are good, cleaned out, and everything. And then you're gonna want to. It tells you in the instructions. Put this lubricant on the threads as well as the washers as well as the nuts, and then you're going to tighten down these head studs hand in 3 equal steps to 70 foot-pounds of torque. So just split that up into 3 things. Always use this sequence: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Alright guys, so I took the head off to put these head studs in. Make sure you, like I said, you lube up the top threads and the bottom threads. So now everything is down, hand tight, and I'm going to go ahead and set the head back on. Okay guys, it's super late right now. A couple things happened and I had to stop working on this thing, but just placed the head on there. As you guys can see, good to go. Have not done the nuts yet, so got all the bolts sticking through. Those are hand tight, and then yeah, I still have to do the nuts. So basically what you got to do is get your O-rings here, or not O-rings, what the hell are they called? Get your washers, and then get your nuts, oil up both of them with your assembly lube, ARP assembly lube, and then it's kind of straightforward. Set these down, put your nuts on, torque them down, do 3 equal steps to 70 foot-pounds of torque. Alright guys, so actually one thing that you want to do that I did not do, you have to put the washers in before you put the head over the head studs, otherwise they don't fit down these little holes. But anyway, I took the head off, put the washers back under, put the nuts on top, and now I just have to tighten them all up. I'm gonna do 20, 40, or yeah, make sure you do your sequence 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and then each one 20, and then 40, and then 70, or however you want to do it. Just make sure you get to 70. Wow, finally torqued these things down. I did 23, 46, and then 70 to top it off, end it off. 70 is tough to get to, especially whenever you have a engine stand that rolls around. But they all torqued down, so everything should be good to go, I hope. And yeah, so I'm gonna end this video tonight because I got my van running and Blitz is ready to go, as you guys can probably tell. Got a huge mess I got to clean up tomorrow, but super happy with the progress today. Pistons are in, rods are in, head is finally on, and so really next I'm going to be doing the timing, so installing the timing chain, timing guides, gears and all that stuff, and then putting on the cams, the top section of the timing stuff, and then I'll end up flipping it over after the cams, putting on the oil pan, oil pickup, the rear main seal, can't forget that, and then yeah, putting on the valve cover, and then the turbo, manifolds, turbo, throw it back into the car, and then hopefully make a whole bunch of power. So obviously after break-in, but yeah, so hopefully all this stuff goes as planned. It's coming together nicely. So yeah, throw down in the comments below, let me know what you guys want to see, and let me know if you guys are liking these videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.